if you can't be right here.
Alright, hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing another chit chat video. I am going to be talking about my college experience so far. So it is currently my second year at Sac State. We're in the spring semester right now. I mean, once the school year ends, I will definitely plan on doing a my second year experience video at Sac State. I entered Sac State as, if you go to Sac State, maybe you'll understand how this works. I entered it as an unofficial business major. So I just expressed interest in the business major, but because it's a compacted major, I can't officially be a business major until I finish the prerequisites. And I actually failed accounting twice, which is a prerequisite, accounting 1, and then I also failed stats, which is another prerequisite. Yeah, because I can't pass accounting, I'm taking this as a sign that maybe business isn't for me. Also because I don't have a lot of time anymore. I'm my second year and these are only prerequisites. And if I take another semester to try to redo accounting 1, I still need to do accounting 2. It's just, I don't have a lot of time. I'm really nervous that I'm gonna basically mess it up. And I want to graduate within 4 years. I'm not trying to spend more time in college because not only do I just want to get it over with, also financially, I want to be done with college. And I don't want to worry about having to pay tuition and all that stuff for another year. Because I think FAFSA only helps for 4 years. It kind of sucks though because I did enjoy my some of my business classes. I really enjoyed my intro to business law class. Even though to be fair, I didn't really attend that class, it was still very interesting for me. Another reason why I'm thinking about changing majors is because I've just changed my mind. I entered because I wanted to start my own business. Kind of very typical. In high school, I wanted to open my own K-pop cafe or start my own lingerie line because I didn't think there's any cute lingerie out there. But now I don't want to do that anymore. And so many people are doing their own little businesses. In my opinion, I feel like since there's too many people doing it, it's gonna be hard to compete with everyone. It's hard to get started, hard to be out there. That's just my view on it. Which is why right now, last semester when I was enrolling for this semester's classes, I signed up for a child development class because I was pretty sure that that was what I wanted to do. And I will say, so far I do like my child development class. I'm learning quite some interesting stuff, and it's actually really nice because you guys know I'm pregnant, so I'm learning about the stages of labor, developmental signs in infants and stuff, which was gonna be helpful. It fulfills a GE requirement, which is kind of useless because I already fulfilled this little section. But I chose child development because I like working with kids. I think I never officially worked with kids, but I think I want to, and I really like kids, so I was thinking maybe this is what I can do. I believe it will lead me into a more direct career path. One thing I was thinking of this was maybe becoming a teacher, because I've always liked the idea of being a teacher ever since I was a little girl. It's just that people say teachers don't get paid a lot, or sometimes they get disrespected a lot. One thing I like about the idea of being a teacher is that if I have kids in the future, I mean, I'm gonna have one, but having kids, you'll have around the same schedule as them. You get same breaks, you get summer off with them, whereas other jobs, you don't really get the opportunity to do that with your kids. The only thing I don't like about it is the hours. I'm not really a morning person, and I'm kind of nervous that if I become a teacher, I'm going to be very tired throughout the day and I'm going to have trouble getting up. Even though I'm going to have to do that for my kid anyways, it's different when it's also you got to take care of you because you're trying to get somewhere. Which is why the other major I'm considering at the moment is philosophy. And that's because I'm taking a critical thinking class for GE and I really like it. And I know that's not philosophy entirely, it's just a little bit of it, but I think I will enjoy it, and a lot of people kind of don't have anything nice to say about philosophy. I did my research, and it seems like people think it's a useless, worthless degree. My research makes me a little bit more confident in it, because I've learned that like philosophy prepares you with many skills that employers look for, such as critical thinking, good written and oral communication skills, thinking skills, and the biggest thing is like arguments. So people say with philosophy you can't find jobs because it doesn't lead you into direct path, such as like child development, you know, or like nursing. It gives you a direct direction on what you need to do after you're done with school. But with philosophy, it doesn't do that, which is another reason why I like it, because I still don't know what I want to do. So if I do philosophy, it gives me more of a chance to have time to explore, and like if I change my mind, I can still use that degree to do something else. That's what I believe. People say like with philosophy, it's like you can either get a really good job or a really bad job. It just depends on if you know how to find a job and if you know how to kind of like sell yourself to that employer to getting that job. Because people have these ideas about philosophy that it's like kind of useless. And I think I'm confident that I'll be able to do that if I get a philosophy degree. I also found out that with philosophy, many people use that to get into law. And law is not something I necessarily want to do, like becoming a lawyer. I did, however, enjoy my business law class. We did case briefs in there, which I kind of enjoyed. For me, I think it was kind of like just, I don't want to say basic and common knowledge, but it came really easy to me. I considered maybe if I do go into law, I would want to become a paralegal. But then doing further research, people was like, it doesn't pay necessarily good. The hours are really long and it's a stressful job. So that made me kind of iffy on that, even though I feel like it's something I might enjoy. Because I don't necessarily want to be a lawyer, but law is kind of interesting. It might sound a little funny, but I like Law and Order, SVU, which is why I feel like I might enjoy it. And I know it's a show, so it's completely different, but yeah. Also, I realized I say you know a lot. I don't know why, it just happens. Today is also my older sister's birthday, and we're gonna go out in a bit. I forgot what I was talking about. The other thing is that I'm really nervous since I'm starting kind of late that I won't finish in time, because Sac State runs on a semester system and you only have so many tries to take classes. Oh, I was talking about what I was doing today. It's my sister's birthday, so we're gonna go out. And so I actually kind of have a reason to get ready. And I think today I'm just gonna try to perfect my everyday makeup look. I think I need to just learn to accept that eyeshadow is not for me. I keep wanting to try to experiment with eyeshadows, but I just don't think I know how to do it right. Or maybe my eyes just aren't, they don't just match eyeshadow, my eye shape. Anyways, moving on. So I also considered possible future careers that I might like. I mentioned earlier that I've always liked the idea of being a teacher, but the pay is not always that good, and that's like one con for me. The one thing though is that like I feel like there will always in a sense be a need for teachers. And then since I considered child development briefly, I was thinking maybe like I could become a pediatrician because of the pay. And it didn't seem that hard regarding like medical stuff until I did more research, and apparently it can be kind of stressful. And like the hours are not that great apparently. Like just trying to be a pediatrician, it takes like nearly 10 years and I don't know if I want to do that. And then regarding my original plan for like business, I entered school thinking I wanted to do something like starting my own business, right? But then that changed quite fast actually. And then I was like, I think I want to get into project management. I still might consider that actually, because I do like the idea of like working in the business industry somehow. I believe I can still do that if I end up going with a philosophy degree. Because what I want to do business related is not like the typical accounting or finance stuff. I would never want to do that. It's not something I enjoy. And accounting, I'm not good at accounting and it just stresses me out. And I don't like finance. In a sense, I kind of like some sort of like management, similar work to management in any way, or like jobs that will allow me, like, this is going to be kind of rare, but like creative outlet. I actually was looking into part-time jobs or internships a while back, and I saw many like opportunities for like a social media intern, which I'm interested in because it seems fairly simple. But the other thing is, I wouldn't say I'm necessarily like really good with social media either. Okay, I can't take too long because I gotta go soon. And I'm almost done talking about what I wanted to talk about. I feel like overall the reason why I'm kind of struggling, and not just me, maybe other people, is because I feel like society or like just people push the idea of like going to college or pursuing a higher education right after high school when many people don't know what exactly they want to do. So they go in having kind of like no idea, and then like they end up changing their minds a lot, and it kind of wastes time and money. I know my boyfriend, he's always considering going back to school. He went for 2 years, but the thing is he doesn't know what he wants to do, and he just feels like it'd be kind of pointless for him to go if he doesn't know what he wants to do. And so like in a sense, how can he like prepare for that? But then at the same time, I feel like gap years, like people think like the idea of like gap years is bad when I feel like it's not necessarily bad. I've thought about doing a gap year many times throughout my college years, I guess, especially since I don't know what I want to do, and I feel like if I take a gap year, it will allow me to like be less stressed, focus on myself, and really think. I know at Sac State you can take, all students are allowed to take a semester off without like, I don't want to say punishment because that's not the right word, but we're allowed to take a semester off and then just come back to school. And then if you want to take more than a semester off, then that's when you need to fill out a form. The other thing is because many people are so young, I feel like we're always changing our minds and what we want to do. And so it may not always stay the same forever, and like kind of like forcing it on like graduating high schoolers may not be like super helpful. And I say this because for me, example, what I wanted to do right after high school has not changed. Yet at the same time, I feel like kind of good, because what if like you don't change your mind? It can be helpful to definitely get started right away. I do think college is a good idea. I'm not against it in any way. I do believe that like for me, it will help me a lot. And I say that because it's become such like a normalized thing that like it'll be hard to try to find an actual full-time job if you don't have a college degree of some sort. And I have heard many people say that it doesn't matter what degree you have as long as you have a degree, which is why some people say, well, then what's the point of even going to college anymore? I still think what you learn from college would definitely be helpful just for life in general. And it doesn't matter, okay, I say college because that's just like kind of like the norm or what's expected, but obviously there's other ways to get a higher education after high school. That's the other reason, like I feel like people push the idea of college so much, people don't talk about the other options that are there. Like sometimes what you want to do, it may be better if you don't go to college, and because people don't talk about it, maybe not everyone knows about it. I found out when I was doing my research for pediatrician, it doesn't matter what you major in. As long as you have a bachelor's degree of some sort, you can get into medical school for becoming a pediatrician. Yeah, it's recommended that you major in biology, but then again, it doesn't matter is what they said. Because what's most important when I was doing my research for becoming a pediatrician is what you learn in medical school. And like having, I forget what they called it, but after school, you're finished with that part, then you go into this session where it's kind of like training for like 1 or 2 years. And even my mom was like, my mom is a nurse, right? And she went to nursing school. She doesn't entirely remember everything from nursing school. I guess it's more on like what you build during while you work, which makes sense because like it's not like I remember everything I learned in middle school, and then I'm pretty sure in the future I won't remember everything I learned in high school. Nonetheless, I still think education is a great way to like make you a better person, or it still benefits you. I have 2 younger sisters that are about to enter their college years soon, and one of them has changed her mind so many times on what she wants to do, which is completely normal, and I feel like that's the exact reason why it shouldn't be pushed on us so soon, because people change their minds. And we're still really young, you know? I'm not sure which blush I want to go with. Let me go with this orangey one. One of my sisters, she's a senior, so she's graduating soon and she's going to go to college. She's like kind of in a sense stressing out because she wants to do this very specific major because that's the major that will go best with her career goals. So it's very important to her what she majors in. If you ask me, I don't really know, and I don't really care because I feel like in my position, I feel like I'll be able to do whatever I want still. But I don't know, I could be wrong. But yeah, I'm kind of at the moment set on becoming a philosophy major. A little nervous about it, but I think with where I am right now in life and my position and everything, I think it's the best choice for me. Oh, my eyebrows looks like really bad. Just brush it out real quick. That's just my biggest worry at the moment. Not finishing school within 4 years. And although people say there's nothing wrong with that, like I said, that's not what I want to do. Okay, I think I'm done with my makeup. And then we can finally get going. And in this video, I guess like my biggest concern overall is like money. Doing something I enjoy and something that's not gonna be too stressful, which is like, I feel like in a sense almost impossible. But I have high hopes that I'll be able to come to a conclusion and find something I like. Alright, well that's it. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope it's helpful in some way. If you're feeling the same way, just know that I'm still in college and I don't even know what I want to do.
I do the same thing that I told you that I never would. Told you I'd change, even when I knew I never could.